How's it going, y'all? Now, this is going to be another personal video. This is actually going to be a continuation from my best friend video. My last one was a part 2 one. Now, this is going to be a part 3. And yes, I'm talking to the same person. Her name is Trinity. But like I said, I'm not exposing her any more than that. I'm not giving y'all her last name. None of that. So, yeah, same person, but I have been noticing and seeing what she's been going through recently, especially with her anxiety, and I think I am starting to catch on as to what's actually causing her severe anxiety. And I think it actually could have something to do with school. So, Trinity, if you are watching this, hear me out, because I think I am going to offer some guidance / tips on what you could do or what you're probably not doing and that you should do, so that way it can help you out, hopefully. And like I said, if y'all want to listen, then you can, because maybe it can benefit you too. You never know. But yeah, I can definitely see what you're actually going through now. All the positivity that I've been giving you through social media, especially Snapchat and Facebook. And I just wanted to make sure that you're okay and that you're not, that you don't have much pressure laid on you. And I'm actually starting to see it now, because it's literally just school that's just making you lose your focus a bit, basically, especially with your grades too. And that's one thing that could increase someone's anxiety, is that if y'all's grades ain't good and y'all are in the middle of doing work and stuff like that, then that's literally going to be the sign that you won't be heading anywhere in life if your grades are going to remain like that. And I'm not rubbing in, but when I was in school, especially high school, I was between an a B, and a slightly C student, so I was doing pretty well. There was a few times that I had poor grades. Like, the lowest grade I literally had was an F, because that only happened because they messed up my schedule. Like, it happened in my early senior year, because throughout my high school year, the only science class I didn't take was physics. So in my senior year, I was supposed to take physics, but instead they gave me culinary arts, which is cooking. And this was for my second period class. So it's like I had 2 classes in one period, but it's literally not possible to have 2 classes in one period. So they kind of messed me up and put me in the wrong class, and all this time I was supposed to have physics. And once the report cards came in and all that, it showed that I had an F in physics because I was never present, because they simply messed up my schedule. So that was the only lowest grade I had, but still, that does increases people's anxiety, is that, or kids' anxiety actually, that if y'all's grades are not good, then y'all are either going to be kept back, or you're going to have to repeat your current grade, which is 11th, 12th, whatever. You're going to repeat it because y'all's grades aren't good. Especially if you're trying to go to college too, because they are literally calculating y'all's grades. They're seeing how y'all's grades are. Once they see y'all's grades, once, depending on what college you guys are planning on going to further your career, they're going to want to know how your grades are. Once they get that info from your high school, because I think they got the ability to do that, if they see that y'all's grades aren't good, then they ain't going to accept you, because they're going to be wondering, like, what the hell happened? Like, why are your grades so low? Is it poor attendance, or you're not participating, or anything at all? Like, it's crazy. So pretty much your severe anxiety is basically caused by your high school year, basically throughout ninth through 12th grade, because you're working so hard but you're still getting poor grades, and you feel like your teachers are failing you on purpose, which they really ain't. Like, they're literally guiding you to pass the class, but whatever you're not doing that they want you to do is probably the reason why you're failing. I used to look at it that way because I kept thinking that I was the problem and I was the reason why my grades were going down, because I wasn't doing what the teachers wanted me to do. And that is asking for guidance. Teachers are not supposed to help you succeed. They're only supposed to guide you, especially if it just involves doing work. You're supposed to ask for guidance. They're supposed to guide you through the work, problem, or whatever the hell y'all are doing, or whatever class you're in. They're only supposed to guide you. And once you get that type of guidance, maybe further down the line, you might not need any help because you kept it in your memory and you're starting to remember it. And then once you do the work and they corrected and all that and said that you got all of them or most of them right, boom, you good. All you have to do is just ask for guidance or help, basically. And if you don't do that, then you ain't gonna know anything, And plus, you gotta be interactive with people too, especially with the students or the kids that are in your class. You gotta socialize. You gotta interact with people. You gotta talk with them about how to do the work or how to do this or do that. Even ask the teacher for help. You can do all that. But if you're literally just gonna sit there in class as a lone wolf and then not do anything or not ask for any help, then you're literally putting yourself in danger of literally failing or getting bad grades. Now, unless if you are asking for guidance or help and you're doing the best that you can to remember and do the work and get everything correct, then that's dope. That's awesome. And maybe it actually could be the teachers that could be the issue that's making you fail or have poor grades. But if it's not them, then sadly it literally has to be you. There could be something that they're asking you to do that you're probably just not doing. And that's pretty simple. And that's, like I said, it's asking for guidance or asking for help. You got to socialize. You got to interact with people. That way they'll be able to help you out in order to get your grades up somehow. Just by doing the work, all that, all this, blah, 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 and then, boom. So asking for help or getting guidance is really not hard. And plus, that would actually boost your motivation up. Because motivation is a thing. You can motivate yourself to do the work hard. You can say to yourself that I can do it. Like, I've gotten guidance and help before. I think I can do this. Maybe I'm good at it. Maybe I might not be too good of a pro at it, but I can easily do it with no issue. I might need to ask for help still, but I think I got it. See? Motivation is a thing, and plus there's also self-motivation, which I think I just did. But getting motivation is basically asking someone to give you tips and advice on how to do certain stuff and to be better or get good at it. So that way you'll be able to use self-motivation to help you get through it. So that way it can actually be about you coping with your severe anxiety, because you need that type of motivation. You need that type of I don't want to say pressure, because pressure is more of a negative type of term to describe it. I don't know how to describe it, but you need that type of attention to help you get through the issue. So you basically just need to ask for guidance, ask for help, interact with other students and interact with any other teachers that are in your class. Ask for help. They can guide you. Always take notes. So that means if they ask you a question, just simply look back through your notes and then boom, you can give them the answer. Or as most teachers do it, they want to test you. They want to really test your memory. And what I mean by that is that I even experienced this too, is that some teachers usually want you to answer a question without looking at your notes. That's how they really want to test your memory, because they think that looking back at your notes to answer a question that you're already familiar with or you heard about before, they're just going to think that you're kind of making it a bit too easy on it, I think, or however the hell they want to say it. But that's how some teachers would really want to test you, because once they ask you that question that you've heard about before but you couldn't answer it, but since you've gotten more help and guidance on it to do the problem or the work, and the more that you've answered the question and all this crap, if they ask you the question again, they're going to say, try not to look at your notes and then answer the question. I want to see if you can literally answer my question without looking at your notes. And sometimes I had a hard time doing that. I would still have to look at my notes just to answer that one question. So that's how some teachers will want to test your memory, or basically just test you in general. So yeah, but still, ask for help, ask for motivation, be socialized. You got to interact with people. They're going to guide you and help you through it, but they're not going to totally help you. They're just going to guide you in the right direction that you need to be on, and then you can move on from there. And hopefully, if you're more good at it, you might not need to ask any help or for any help. So, never know. So, do that. Pardon me. And the other thing that I think that could be causing your anxiety is literally your grades, because you literally just keep worrying about how bad your grades look. Like whether it's a mixture of C's, D's, and maybe even a couple of F's here and there. Like if you keep worrying about how bad if you keep worrying about how bad your grades look, then it is going to end up you're going to end up losing your focus on what you're doing. And that is doing work and trying to succeed and trying to pass the class and trying to get your grades up. Because if you keep worrying about your grades being at least below a C or a B, then yeah, that's going to end up losing your focus right there. That's why I said in my other video about the types of anxieties, and I said that one of them was unfocused anxiety. I think that was one of them. And I think, to me, what I think it means is that when you're losing focus, it means that you're worried about something. Like you keep worrying that if this is gonna escalate any further, then it's gonna make the situation for you much more worse, and then it's just gonna end up losing your focus way more deeply, and then that would have caused you to grow more anxious. So that's what I think unfocused anxiety is. But if y'all know, you can let me know on that. But that's what I think it means, and I think that could be the anxiety that you have, which is unfocused anxiety. So you're worrying about your grades and your performance in all of your classes, and it's kind of making you lose your focus a bit. And And plus, like I said, due to you not asking for any help or getting guidance or whatever, that's also gonna be another reason. So, like I said, it's literally not hard to ask for guidance or help because everyone is right there. Everyone's right there. Of course, some people are going to say that you don't need to ask for guidance all the time because because obviously you do, because half of the stuff in there, whether it's a class or whatever you're going through, you probably don't know half of it. So once you do get the guidance and help that you need, you'll be able to excel at it and then get good at it, hopefully. And then you probably don't need to ask for any more further help. So, you know, and that's literally what I had to go through. I literally had to ask for so much help. And the more help that I gotten, the more better that I gotten at most classes. And that's how my grades were then. Because I was asking for help. I was asking for guidance. I was interacting with teachers. I was interacting with friends and fellow students that I know. I was doing all of that. I was even self-motivating myself to literally get into it so that way I can get good at it. I wasn't just sitting around being quiet or not doing anything or not being in groups, because I actually really don't like working in groups, to be honest. I actually really hated that. I would rather work in peers or by myself. But I can sort of understand why most teachers would want you to work in groups, because you'll be able to interact with other students and then they're basically going to guide you through the work or whatever you're doing. And then it's going to help you get good at it the next time you do it or revisit it. So, yeah, so that's pretty much it. Those are the two main things that I think that could be causing your anxiety. Is that you're not asking for help. Guidance, you're not asking for guidance. That's still not asking for help. And you're just not being interactive with anybody. I think there could be at least a few people that you may have contact with that can help you with your anxiety, and if they are, then God bless them. And I think you've also told me a lady that kind of helps you with your anxiety, but I completely forgot her name. But I heard that she helped you. I think I heard that she helped you out with your anxiety, so that's awesome. So if you want, you can maybe the next time that you're physically in school, maybe you can have a talk with her again. Maybe that might work. If not, just maybe talk with a teacher or something. Maybe just speak with them privately about what you're going through, and then maybe they can give you much better tips on how to cope with your anxiety. And that's pretty much it. And plus, school really does increase anxiety and stress pretty much, because it does. Because you have a lot to do. There's a lot of stuff that you're not going to know. But once you do ask for help, and once you do interact with more people and stuff like that, then there's going to be better chances that you're going to be more good at the subject. So that way you probably might not need any more help, because you got the guidance, you got the help, you got the knowledge, and you got the motivation to do it. But if you don't ask for none of that, then you ain't going to know anything. And that's going to be the issue. And that's why your grades are going to go down significantly, because you're not asking for any of those good stuff. And if you are, that's good. And like I said, it could be the teacher that could be making you fail. But if it's not the teacher, then sadly, like I said, it has to be you. So those are the two things you got to work on. Ask for help, get motivation from someone, or try to self-motivate yourself. Interact with your peers, interact with more teachers, and basically just stop worrying about your grades. Because the more that you do, then the more of your focus that you're going to lose. And yeah, that will cause you to not be interacting with anybody. It's going to cause you to be more quiet and more distant. And then that's going to make you more on edge of failing. And then they're literally going to, they're literally going to make you repeat the senior year. And I know that you don't want to go through that. So, like I said, just do that, and hopefully it will do something. If not, then I really don't want to say therapy because because obviously a lot of people do therapy when they have severe anxiety, depression, stuff like that. So if none of this in this video works for you, then therapy might be your best bet, because I really don't want to recommend therapy to you, because like I said, you're my best friend forever, and I don't recommend that to you at all. But if anything I said in this video does not help you at all, then therapy is your best bet. Then that's literally it. I'm completely speechless because anxiety can take a toll on your life pretty hard. But if you don't cope with it the right way, then it's just gonna keep going ham on you, and it's not gonna be pretty. So see what you can do, and hopefully you feel better by the end of the day. Hopefully go from there and you're all set. Alright, so that's really all I got. And if all of y'all are listening, if some of y'all are going through school as well, either your junior, your senior year, mainly between those 2 years, because that's when things start to get a bit more tougher. So just take advantage of everything I said. Hopefully it was good enough. I can't be no specific than that. So yeah, so take advantage of that and see where it takes you. Alright, but thanks for watching, y'all. And yeah, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. And yeah.